Look at this, aphids, spider mites, gnats. They can destroy your plants in just a few days. Hold on damaged leaf shot. If you're tired of watching your plants get eaten alive, stick around, because in this video, I'm sharing 3 homemade bug sprays that actually work. No harsh chemicals. Just ingredients sitting in your kitchen right now. Hey plant fam, welcome back to the Garden Sage. I'm your name. And if you're new here, this channel is all about keeping your garden healthy using natural, budget-friendly methods. A few seasons ago, I lost almost half my tomato plants to aphids before I figured out what actually works. Since then, I've tested dozens of homemade bug sprays. Some flopped, some worked too well and burned my leaves, and a few became my go-to recipes that I still use today. In this video, I'm showing you exactly 3 of those sprays, what bugs each one targets, how to mix them correctly, and how to apply them so you don't accidentally damage your plants. By the end, you'll know exactly which spray to grab for whatever's bugging your garden right now. Let's get into it. If you're serious about growing a healthy garden without spending a fortune on chemicals, hit subscribe. The Garden Sage posts new tips like this every week. Before we get into the recipes, let's talk about why homemade sprays are worth trying in the first place. Store-bought pesticides can work fast, but many of them don't just target the bad bugs. They can also harm bees, ladybugs, and other pollinators your garden actually needs. Some can also leave residue on edible plants, which isn't ideal if you're growing vegetables or herbs. Homemade sprays, when made correctly, tend to be gentler, more affordable, and easier to control. You know exactly what's going into them, and most ingredients are already sitting in your kitchen. Now, I want to be upfront. These sprays aren't magic. They won't eliminate every bug overnight, and results can vary depending on your plant type, climate, and how bad the infestation is. But used consistently, they can make a real difference in protecting your plants. Before trying any spray, always test it on one leaf first and wait 24 hours to make sure your plant doesn't react badly. Every plant is a little different, so this small step can save you from bigger problems later. Let's start with the first recipe. The first spray is the simplest one, a basic dish soap spray. This works best on soft-bodied insects like aphids, mealybugs, and whiteflies. Here's what you need: 1 teaspoon of a mild, unscented liquid dish soap, and 1 liter of water. Avoid dish soaps with degreasers, bleach, or added fragrances, since those can be too harsh for plant leaves. Mix the soap and water gently in a spray bottle. Try not to shake it too hard, or you'll create too much foam. Once mixed, spray it directly onto the bugs themselves, especially on the undersides of leaves, since that's where many pests like to hide. The soap works by breaking down the outer protective coating on soft-bodied insects, which helps control their population without using harsh chemicals. A quick tip: always spray in the early morning or evening, never under direct sunlight. Applying soap sprays in strong sun can sometimes cause leaf burn. This spray is a great starting point because it's gentle, cheap, and easy to make with ingredients most people already have at home. The second recipe is neem oil spray, one of the most popular natural options, and for good reason. Neem oil doesn't just target adult bugs, it can also interfere with their life cycle, which may help reduce future infestations over time. To make it, mix 1 teaspoon of neem oil with 1 teaspoon of mild liquid soap. The soap acts as an emulsifier, helping the oil blend with water instead of separating. Add this mixture to 1 liter of water and stir well. Spray it evenly across your plant, making sure to coat both the tops and undersides of the leaves. Like the soap spray, apply this in the evening or early morning, not under direct sun, to avoid leaf damage. Neem oil has a strong natural smell, so don't be alarmed if your garden smells a bit earthy after applying it. That's completely normal. One important note: always follow the recommended ratio. Using too much neem oil can stress your plant rather than help it, so less is more when starting out. The third recipe is a garlic and chili spray, which works more as a natural repellent than a direct killer. It's especially useful for keeping bugs away before an infestation starts. To make it, blend a few garlic cloves and 1 chili pepper with 2 cups of water until smooth. Let the mixture sit overnight so the natural compounds fully infuse into the water. The next day, strain out the solids and pour the liquid into a spray bottle. Add a few drops of mild soap to help the spray stick to the leaves. This spray works by creating a scent and taste that many common pests find unpleasant, encouraging them to stay away from your plants altogether. Because this one can be a bit strong, it's especially important to do a patch test on one leaf first. Some sensitive plants may react to the concentration, so always dilute further if needed. Use this spray as a preventative measure, applying it every 1 to 2 weeks, especially during growing seasons when pests are most active. Now that you know the 3 recipes, let's talk about how to apply them properly, because even the best spray won't work if it's used incorrectly. First, timing matters. Always spray during early morning or evening hours. Applying any spray under direct sunlight increases the risk of leaf burn, since sunlight can interact with the oils and soaps on the leaf surface. Second, always do a small patch test before fully spraying your plant. Apply a small amount to one leaf, wait 24 hours, and check for any signs of discoloration or damage before treating the entire plant. Third, focus on coverage. Bugs often hide on the undersides of leaves, so make sure you're spraying both the top and bottom surfaces, not just what's visible at first glance. Fourth, consistency is key. A single application usually isn't enough. Plan to reapply every 5 to 7 days, and especially after rainfall, since rain can wash away the spray. Following these steps will help you get the most out of any homemade spray, while keeping your plants safe throughout the process. Before we wrap up, let's go over a few common mistakes that can reduce how well these sprays work, or even accidentally harm your plants. Mistake 1. Spraying during peak sunlight hours. This is one of the most common reasons plants develop leaf burn after treatment. Mistake 2. Using too concentrated a mixture. More isn't always better. Using excess soap, oil, or garlic can stress your plant instead of protecting it. Mistake 3. Inconsistent application. Homemade sprays often require repeated use to see results, so skipping applications can slow down progress. Mistake 4. Using dish soap that contains bleach, degreasers, or strong fragrances. These ingredients are too harsh for plant leaves and can cause more harm than good. And finally, mistake 5. Not testing first. Every plant reacts differently, so skipping the patch test step can lead to unexpected damage. By avoiding these common pitfalls, you'll get much better, safer results, and your plants will thank you for it. Next, let's wrap everything up and figure out which spray is right for you. So to quickly recap, if you're dealing with soft-bodied bugs like aphids or mealybugs, go with the dish soap spray. If you want a stronger, all-around option that also disrupts the pest life cycle, neem oil spray is your best bet. And if you're trying to prevent an infestation before it starts, the garlic and chili spray works great as a natural repellent. Remember, none of these sprays are instant fixes. They work best with consistency, proper timing, and a little patience. Always patch test first, spray early morning or evening, and reapply regularly for the best results. I'd love to know, which bug is bothering your plants right now? Drop a comment below, and I'll help you figure out which spray to try. If this video helped you, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. The Garden Sage shares new natural gardening tips every week to help your plants thrive without harsh chemicals. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.